soon as you hit that high note, you just gotta go.
A gut punch before the end or the beginning of the week, in a loving way, in a safe word way. Hi, Navy.
Hi, how you doing, Mandalore lady? Hi.
I'm great. Thank you, everybody that made it through this week and enjoyed your weekend. This is Room Full of Blerds, where we say hello to our audience, happily. Okay, hi.
Shoko is our first commenter.
Yay! It's because she's on vacation. She ain't got to hustle too hard.
Yo, Shoko, I saw the images of your hair, girl. Bang it. Yo, that crown was lifting, okay?
Oh, everybody's here on time. Look at us. Look at us. Look, why are you sad? Who's sad?
She just got home.
Well.
Yeah, Jazz did do her thing. Yes.
How did you wrangle somebody, a personal hairstylist to go with you? There you go, because I need to get in on that too.
That's our boo.
Mr. Jeff! Hi, honey, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're getting her. Thank you guys for tuning in on time. With dispelling any cultural myths amongst us. It is always accepted and welcomed and loved. Wait, and also, I'm gonna throw this at you. Hey, Ayo Shoyo. You got a little bit of the baby back rib showing, baby. That workout is looking good on you.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but OMG. You were right.
Baby back ribs look delicious.
Jazz ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you.
Okay. Love it for you.
Especially the baby back ribs, though. We've been doing more reviews on Instagram for anime, which has been.
I love I love her anime recommendations.
Yes,
I'm so glad I can go someplace where I don't have to hunt down your recommendations in the dark corners of Discord anymore. I love you. I say this with love. Not Navy drinking quietly.
As I sit my wild bills in peace.
Oh, good Lord, Navy baby.
Yes,
how are you, honey? How has your week been?
I'm tired.
I am tired too.
Had our local anime con this weekend, NecoCon, and I worked it with my job, and it was fun for the most part. It was fun. I had a lot of work between doing the job of being in tabletop and also being at the table for BlerdCon. Yes, BlerdCon, March 6th through 8th in Crystal City. I don't like Wendy's anymore.
Oh.
Wendy's is off my list.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, you know this scenario. Cons, you're leaving the con, still going on, but it's still late. You're hungry. You want to go get something to eat. Your options are few, so you go for the lesser of 7 evils.
Yeah. I
had a Baconator. That bacon ate my aider.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like I can't do bacon at like fast food spots.
I can't.
Man. They hoe you every single time. Every single time.
Bridge. And the con overall was beautiful. I love the local con. Smaller cons are always more personal and more fun. And early this evening, I had a chance to interview one of the teams from the Midnight Comics Midnight Showcase.
Yeah. I know. Chiroptera. Because guess what? They're coming. They're going to do a special episode with me. They were supposed to do it on Saturday. It was supposed to be a surprise because it was super last minute. And then life happened, Halloween happened, and hangovers are the devil. So we're postponing, but please be on the lookout. There's going to be a special interview episode on Saturday at, we agreed, 6 p.m. With the people, the interns over at Midnight Comics. They got out the lab.
I've been splitting it in teams.
Yeah.
So I got Team Latchkey next Sunday at noon.
Oh, look at you. Okay, so first of all, go to Navy. He's got the scoop first. Come over to here on Saturdays because it's a special episode. And get into these young burgeoning artists and writers and drawers and all that type of stuff. They horrors. Here on Hangover Thanksgiving Day. Oh my God. I didn't realize it was that. I was looking at everything. All the clocks in my house were still wrong. The only thing that saved my life was my iPhone updating on its own and the Mac that I got. I woke
Really?
up and I'm like, it's night. It's 7:30. It doesn't feel like. Oh my
Really?
God! Let me go out. Let me clean up the house. Oh, I forgot. I can still do early voting in New York City. Let me go outside and go do that. Let me go get that done. Yes. To daylight savings time. However, I needed to go back to its original date because it got way too dark and I was waking up way too late during this past week. It's been hoeing me.
Man.
Okay. Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get into my favorite section
Sure.
of the podcast? Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Did you just say after? Never mind. Let's go.
Okay, wait. God damn it, where are you? You rat face mother. Okay, oh wait, no, not that. Okay, hi everybody. We're professionals here, and go. Hey. Hi. Navy,
Huh?
what did you get from the comic book store this week?
Honestly, I will tell you, I didn't have anything. I didn't get anything, but I decided that since I had the interview with the good folks earlier today, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go into the vault once again, and I picked out some from two of my favorite independent Black comic creators. Who came up with? Huh?
I'm so sorry. Yes, bust that omnibusy wide open, please. If you would like to support some female Blerds, go over to the lovely ladies at Pink Riot. They are selling this lovely shirt, this lovely attire, just so I can lean back so you can see the whole thing. Yes, go and bust that omnibusy wide open on these hoes.
Yes, okay? You need to get that shirt.
Yes.
And we're in front of Jasmine, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, mira se fue. I did not mean to cut you off. Hi. What's in the vault? What did you get? What's in the vault?
Okay,
what's in the vault?
One of my favorite people, Jerry Latiel, he is the CEO and creator of E4 Comics, and he created one of my favorite comics since he came out with this, The Elements.
Oh, that's a pretty cover. Oh, that's a pretty bitch.
This is amazing.
What is that?
E4 Comics tells the story of four brothers in an orphanage, and they grew up finding out that they all have powers of the elements, and they are defending that orphanage against everyone until they come across a mysterious person that says, "I know who you are. Let me show you who you are." And they're like, "Nah, we're good. We're not going to leave the orphanage."
Yeah.
So the teacher becomes the op.
Because stranger danger is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And eventually he ends up understanding where they're coming from, and he, it's actually a really good story. So the follow-up is The Elements, Burden of Truth. That's Homeboy. That was the op before. He is now their teacher.
Oh, so no, wait, so we have backsies?
Yes.
Okay, backsies.
Jerry has done an amazing job with this comic. This is why Lady Mandalore and I love independent Black comic creators, because the passion on the ground for these stories and creating them, Marvel and DC cannot touch this.
No.
They can't. They can try, but they run into the same formula of, oh, let's take one of our established characters, but no. Do something fresh. Do something different. DC, I can't remember the name of the line they did during African American Pacific Islanders month last year, but one of their main titles that I really enjoyed was called City Boy. This kid had the ability to go into the infrastructure of the city and know everything about it and use the city to his advantage. And where was he based out of? New York City.
Because New York is hot. That's where all the action is. Enjoy yourselves. Welcome to my city.
The second one comes from my man Maxwell Bristol of the Bristol Media Group. This was one of the comics that he came out with called Race.
What? I have that.
Yes, racially altered criminal entities.
I've got to read it. Oh, I've got to read it.
Gotta read it.
It's in the box. I've got to take it out the box. I want to see your link. Okay. Goddamn, well, sir, you unloading the clip tonight. Good Lord.
Well, I had to because I couldn't get anything.
No, it's okay.
The artwork.
Oh, he took it out the wrapper.
I have two of these, so this is the unwrapped one.
Oh, okay, fine.
But it's still dope.
It looks gorgeous. Oh, that's pretty.
Right?
I love. See, okay, like I'm always. I feel I'm always torn. I like the old classic styles, but them digital joints.
Some of them come across.
They be popping.
They come across. It's amazing. You can tell there's really a lot of hard work put into it, and it's not trying to be insulting or be denigrating. You're gonna use what you can, but remember, AI is not your friend,
bruh.
Lazy artist.
Sick to shit of the goddamn AI. I'm over. I've been over it. Like I have no words. I have no words. Like we see, it's not even like the train is trying to slow down from hitting the baby carriage. It's going full tilt. Pardon.
Pause.
It was not intentional.
I'm not even gonna bring out the sign this time.
We're gonna go right past it. Full tilt at the baby carriage, and the conductor is just pushing on the gas and like feeding coal to it. Oh, I'm over it.
Okay, that is mine.
Okay, I like yours. Yours is pretty. I like your.
Thank you. I tried
I
so
like your
hard.
stuff. Okay.
Oh, our favorite bonnet and headband maker is in there.
I know. I got it. All right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me get through this, and then I'm gonna give you your introduction, Renita. Okay. So, I did not pick up any black indies. I have some other indies. That just it took me. I didn't realize what I was buying until I picked it up. Anyway, but I had my friend Amanda send me something that her friend is the illustrator on. Illustrator is Michaela Moore. Yes. Okay. No, y'all don't know, but we know. Okay. Me and him. We know Miss Michaela Moore. Yeah. She sent it to me, and I'm like, when she was telling me about it, I'm like, I just know somebody. She doesn't talk like this at all. We're both Western Asian, but I'm gonna give her this voice. I wanted, I saw your show, and I think that you would like this one. Would you like to see my friend's work? And I said, of course, bitch. Like, independent girl. What are you talking about? Just send it to me. He's like, okay, no problem. All right. Well, who is it? Oh, it's written by Jake Brown. And I said, okay, Jake Brown. All right. Well, who else is on it? Because something told me to. Oh, it's her name's. I don't know if you know her name's Michaela. I'm like, Michaela Moore. Shut up. Send it to me. Get it to me. Express it overnight. All right. So this is. I don't want to say it wrong. Tetsujin Knight. The fucking art. The art.
Beautiful.
Is gorgeous. Okay, and then it's a manga. So
you are all over the place right now.
I know. I get excited. And so it goes. I can't even keep myself in the frame, and then the mic. This whole setup is wrong.
Put it in front of your face, but still hear you. Put it in front of your face.
Okay. It's lowered. Okay,
there we go.
You can hear me. Good. All right. So this is that,
wow.
And it goes the correct manga way. This is the art.
Oh wow.
This is it.
I like that artwork.
I do like the artwork. I haven't read it. I got it on Friday. I have been busy prepping for this show, and a lot of other shit, but that's irrelevant. I should have read it. But I do like it.
No, it's not.
But bro, look at that this motherfucker right here, clean as a bitch.
That art is beautiful.
It is. Michaela, she don't do wrong. Shout out to Jake Brown as well. I don't want to forget him. Please go out and look those people both up. Give them your support. Tell them that I sent you. and don't embarrass me out in the streets. My second book is just issue number 2. That's all. It's just issue number 2. They got 2 issues out, ladies and gentlemen. Go and tell them that you. Ooh. The baby bear is a cute bear. Him do cute, so much cute. Please go out. Tell them that I sent you. Check out a copy. I will do a review for it. If not this week, next week. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. And let you know how it is. But I'm excited. I'm excited for those books. They're very pretty. I like pretty pictures. Okay, Navy. You all right, Grandpa?
Oh yeah.
All right.
People. That's all I gotta say. People.
People everywhere make you crazy. Okay. We are going to be moving on to our main event tonight. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. We're going to be moving on to our main event. But first, have to beg and plead and pray for y'all's to support in other ways besides following, which is great. If you could buy me a coffee, that would be sweet. You can donate as much or as little, $1, as you would like to buymeacoffee.com/RFOB. We prefer the type of money that folds and doesn't jingle. All right, shameless plug or I don't know. I hate asking for money. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Why do I have to work for it? No, I'm kidding. That's all I do. All right. Awkwardness out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we have not one, but 2 guests coming on the show tonight. The first is oh gosh. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. They're both Titans. You should know both of their names. I learned of one of these gentlemen's names earlier this evening, and I'm ashamed because the man be working.
Oh my gosh. Really?
The first gentleman is the CEO of Ray Comics. The second gentleman is the CEO of Giant Killer Press. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. TJ Sterling and Mr. Ade Heru.
Hi!
Good evening.
Oh, let me do this real quick. Thank y'all for coming on the show tonight. It is great to have you here.
Great to be had.
Wonderful. There's so much to learn about the both of y'all. Navy, TJ, Navy. I think we know each other very intimately. Ade,
so.
I can't wait to learn more about you, sir. Just based on the loud horn that's in the background that I'm going to ignore, I can tell that you are going to be somebody people are going to be great fans of as well. All right, Navy, do you want to kick things off this evening with any questions?
Hi. I like your stuff. It's amazing. Y'all are dope. Let me stop. First of all, gentlemen, it is wonderful. First of all, TJ, it's always good to see you.
Likewise,
always good to see you, brother. Ade, it is an honor to meet you, sir. I have heard fantastic things about what you have done. But TJ and I, we walked the trails for a minute. I have every time I turn around, I see this cat. It's like, what up? What up? So much love being expressed there, though. Just those 2 words. What up? What up, though? And then I am getting one of his. I'm a fan, okay? I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. You see this loveliness right here? I'm a fan. Oh my gosh.
I don't know where my joystick angel went. She disappeared into the ether, but she here. She here. I know. she be tricky sometimes, but I do them too. Hot fire. Fire.
Hardest working cats around, honestly.
Absolutely.
Every time
both of y'all.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm just, when I think about stuff like that, just the happiness that people get when they read the books is just like mission accomplished, because I really do. We really work for y'all, the people who love the nerdy stuff, love the cool stories. It is our pleasure to serve you, with this stuff. So I'm really excited when, I get to sit down and chat with y'all and talk about books and nerdy stuff and learn about. I mean, you guys dropped some heat at the beginning. Like, I'm gonna be checking those books out. And everybody who's watching, you please support this channel. You know, drop
Absolutely.
some money on that and buy a coffee thing. I didn't even know that site existed, but now that I do, it's
I'll send you the link.
Starbucks all day.
Oh, okay.
Trying to be like her when I grew up. You know, I've been on YouTube forever, but I'm not monetized. So
Sir.
I'm working hard.
Look, I just got here, and to be quite honest, I may not be here for long, depending on how many people stick around. Anyway, irrelevant.
Lies.
To the point. I'm going to start with you, TJ. Can you, for the people that are new to you, can you talk a little bit about yourself? Can you tell us where you're from? How did you get what do you get your inspiration from? What is your anime wheelhouse, or what is your gateway drug into the Blerdosphere? All of that stuff.
Questions are you asking this man? Good grief. You just
like
6 or 7 of them.
Start with the basics. Who you is, where you from.
I'd be aware, because this is how it's gonna go, man. Just brace yourself.
I'm locked in.
Yes. Nah, honestly, it's a pleasure to be here. Room full of Blerds. You guys have a great show. Obviously, you've had one of my associates on before, and we've done some stuff in the past. And just happy to be back on and talk. I guess for the folks who don't necessarily remember our OG show, my name is TJ Sterling. I'm the CEO and creative director over at Ray Comics, also Ray Media. We focus on Black and brown stories in various different genres: sci-fi, fantasy, cyberpunk, and a whole bunch of others that are on the way between now and 2026. We've been in business about 10 years. You know, thank God, because of y'all. Like, y'all really made it possible for us to keep putting out a new book and make new material every single year. It's been my mission to deliver the best, stories I can for y'all, and just create what I don't see, and that I think it's probably been my mission since the beginning of Ray Comics, was just to make things that don't exist, cover the genres, cover topics, do all these things that are literally something that you can't walk into a store and grab. And for me, there's been so many amazing inspirations coming up. I was a G.I. Joe fan in the 80s. I was a He-Man fan in the 80s, Looney Tunes, and eventually comics. So I think it was those 80s classic IPs that got me into comics. And then obviously the Batman movies were pretty heavy in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Marvel started obviously popping in the early 2000s with their one, and but there's so many things. I just think this idea that we can be more is really powerful to me, and that's what superheroes and in this genre represents, that we can dream and pull those things that are from here in the subconscious or the conscious and make them physical reality. So everything inspired me, from the 90s comics like X-Men to like anime, DBZ, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Guyver, any of these cool things that you would, that were kind of like hidden or almost, kind of like taboo. Because I think Ade and I can attest that sports were the thing that was like the cool thing to do in the 90s. And because you guys like Michael Jordan and all these teams, that's like the dope thing you can do is be in sports. But for us, it's like, in our heads, it's the nerddom, it's the comics, the games, that's the dopest stuff. So I'm just glad that I'm here to be able to produce and make some stuff to add to that zeitgeist, that the overall collective that we're all building towards. And a few years ago, actually, had met my brother Ade right across from me in the square, and the family square, and we just built, like good connection, good solid vibes. And we had the opportunity years later to work on a book, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Can't wait. Ade, sir.
Yes.
Please.
He brings in the voice that will make people stop just to hear what he has to say.
Bruh, I'm not gonna hold you.
I know you got that voice though. You got that voice like, can you place an order? Again? Yeah. Come on. Just place an order, bro. That's all. Just give us the basics.
I've been dealing with that since I turned 13. I answered the phone one summer day, and someone thought they were talking to my dad. And ever since then, it's just been like, I can't even talk to my wife at the grocery store. People are just like, what you talking about? Like I'm giving a lecture or something. But my name is Ade Heru. I go by Ade. I am aiming to be the guy you wish you knew about earlier. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've put in the level of work that my good brother TJ has. He's been grinding, making connections. He is an exquisite storyteller, an excellent businessman, and all around a good dude. And I've been a guy who's just been in the cut with a lot of opinions at cons. I'm a guy who at Baltimore Comic Con 2007 gave the Michael Jackson or Batman speech that people talk about to this day.
Wait.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
it.
wait.
Okay.
I'm
right.
new to this. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait.
So, all right. So I'll interrupt my introduction to do this. I'm going to ask you, Michael Jackson or Batman? All right. Young guy, violent childhood, marred by, a bit of tragedy. It's a little rough going. Spends his whole youth being around the best there is at what they do, getting better and better and better before hitting the world stage as the unquestioned best to ever do it. Gets up, makes a name for himself. You don't even think twice when he makes moves. Goes, builds a big house as an amusement park full of handsome little boys. And his worst rival is a dude in a purple suit. And his biggest rival is a dude in a purple suit. Am I talking about Bruce Wayne or Michael Joseph Jackson Jr.?
Yo, when this speech came out, let me tell you, it caught everybody off guard, but it was highly lauded because, man, it was all truth. It was all truth.
Oh my God.
And you see that man's face is straight right now. There is no humor in this. It is fact.
I just asked the question, but ultimately I'm a writer by trade. I did my I served my nickel in undergrad at UNC Chapel Hill, double majoring in English and media production. I got my Master of Fine Arts from Full Sail, and I've just been writing in the background. I do tabletop game design. I've written for the radio, film, screen, but I was always trying to juggle the day job with the odd day job. Like it was always like, hey, how do I make something solid work? How do I make, how do I keep adding commas to this and get comfortable enough to pull the trigger? But knowing TJ and, seeing the way that he steps out on the ledge, the way he rolls the dice, knowing that, if I can use some tabletop parlance, that he's got some bonuses. He got +6 on that D20.
We like that.
Yeah. So he reached out to me and he was like, bro, I really want to do this. I really want to work with you on it. And I've gotten to know TJ. I own everything he's ever put out. In multiples. Like I would just walk up to his table at Baltimore Comic Con. I'm like, what's new this year? He showed me the new thing and I buy everything that led up to it and then start gifting it to my my family and my friends. So everyone in my family knows TJ's work. They're finally happy to see him in one of the podcasts we did earlier. Like, oh, so that's what you're talking about. So I'm along for the ride. Like I said to you guys before we started, this is my coming out party. Like this is me finally saying, you know what, I'm too old to be, double dutching, like ready to jump in the ropes and get it done. Like I know I got fire, I know I got heat, and most importantly, I got passion. And now I have 2 little kids that are my son and my daughter who look at everything I do and they're like, okay, when's it going to be done? So I'm here for that. So this is my introduction. It's a pleasure to be on the show. Pleasure to be up here with my brother TJ. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, an audience, and on camera. I'm really looking forward to a great conversation and many more conversations to come.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for both being on. Navy, please. I don't, you know what? Hold up. What's your gateway drug, homie?
Oh, no. So I was that kid whose parents spoiled him like senseless. So there are pictures of me at my grandma's house. After G.I. Joe just went off, Transformers just went off, Mask just went off. Centurions just went off. Jason Wheel Warriors just went off. She-Ra just went off. He-Man just went off. Silverhawks just went off. Thundercats just went off. And I'm the one in the middle of the floor with all the action figures writing a better script with my little sisters and my cousins.
Well, he didn't say Brave Star, so we know we all can't be perfect.
Oh no, it's Brave Star and Spider Woman, all that good stuff.
Okay. Just want to make sure we got
all that. I stopped because if I kept going, it would be my show and not yours. And I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here rambling off at how TV addicted I was as a 4-year-old. Like that's not cute.
No,
Bro.
we need the kids to be addicted to TV clearly, because that
Yes.
was what was working.
Can we go back to a time where from 6 a.m. to noon, that was our time. That was our church. That was our cathedral. Our parents knew where we were because we were right in front of the TV. If you wasn't watching in the news, you were watching Schoolhouse Rock in between all other shows.
Mhm.
Everything. Live action was Shazam and ISIS and oh gosh, the list goes
Carter,
on.
Wonder Woman, yeah.
Yes. And then at noon, get out.
But
go out in the yard and start kicking your friends in the chest, pretending you're the characters you just watched.
Oh boy, or doing the Chitara run.
Oh,
everybody grabbed a stick and started doing thunder, thunder, thunder. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just a stick.
Twirl. I like that. Can't nobody touch my girl. Good Lord. All right. So now that we've established where we all are in this blurredom, I think we are going to get along just fine. Okay. TJ, what was your first book that you worked on? I kind of want to get back into some of your lore, if you will, but Alchemist, I just ate the last 2 chapters in this book. I need more. So I'm saying that to say, what was your first book that you worked on?
Yeah, it's cool because Navy's got volume 1, which collects issues 0 through 4, and you've got volume 1.5, which collects issues 0 through 5. So, Alchemist was kind of my love letter to the 90s. It was the very first comic, like quote unquote, a legitimate comic I worked on. Now, I would make little comics in my Mead sketchbook or my Mead, ruled book that I should have been writing in as a kid. But instead of doing my homework assignments, I was drawing and making comics in them and erasing little pieces of like things on the cover to make it look illustrated. So we're not going to talk about those, maybe on another show. But professionally, like, I love this idea of dystopian post-apocalyptic worlds. Like, I always liked this idea that we could rise to decadence, fall, and then rise again, because the cyclical nature of just, humanity. And it's happened with so many cultures, even some of the greatest civilizations, have risen and fallen and then came back, so those types of stories always kind of intrigued me. But for me, my era was the 90s. I loved everything about the 90s. The music, the sports, the fashion, the art, the gaming, the costumes. To me, like, everything was just perfect in the 90s. It was a genius stroke in time that, can hopefully be replicated in another era at some point. But yeah, Alchemist was my very first book. When people ask me about the title of what Alchemist means, it's actually not the name of a character. It's a place where all the characters come from. Mm-hmm. I come from a little town in Michigan called Grand Rapids, and I've got family all over the Michigan area, Detroit, and a city called Okemos, Michigan, which is the name of a Native American tribe. So when I created my first book, I wanted to pay some homage and respect to my state, where I came from, just to show love. And I came up with the name Okemos, changed a little bit of the spelling. And this story was supposed to be about a kid that didn't look like a superhero. He was a, short, unconfident, little overweight kid who was an orphan, didn't know who his parents were, was just trying to get through life. And then one day, starts his first day of college, and then boom, all of a sudden he starts to manifest these superhuman abilities through the onset of 4 Power Ranger-esque Super Sentai type warriors coming from the future looking for him. So kind of throwing some of the, again, tropes and stuff that people are used to from the 90s and kind of flipping them on its head. And that was kind of like my main thing. Like, I wanted to tell a cool story that, was just very familiar to me about the 90s. And funny enough, that was the flagship book that launched the company. I started in San Diego Comic-Con with 1 issue with 2 covers, and then would come out with 1 new book every single year. Took a break after issue 5, and I apologize, y'all, it's taking me forever, but issue 6 is done.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm like, sir, I'm not gonna press you, but
He slides an apology and it's so smooth. We're all transfixed on the story. It's like, I'm sorry, I get this. Just keep telling your story, man.
When is it coming out? I get that question a lot. But yeah, as the company grew, I was like, yo, like it's really, really difficult to balance running a company. And now you have to be a content creator. You have to be just to get your information out there, to get yourself out there, to get your product viewed, and doing all of that and balancing. And, I just finished drawing Okama 6, a couple months ago, and it's been just in the process of being colored. So it's a 40-page book with all the images and stuff. It's like a volume 2 to the volume 1 y'all got, and that's going to drop in 2026.
Bro, okay? First of all, it blows my mind that you wrote and drew all of those chapters. I believe all 5 by your lonesome. So congrats on that. The fact that you were able to do all of that, run a company, go to conventions, promote your own stuff, be a content creator, an accountant. Dad, I believe, is also in your repertoire. If I'm not yet. Okay. Well, look.
Be asking a day for no. My turn.
Look,
keep them breaks. Keep upping them breaks. I'm telling you.
Yep.
That is an undertaking like no other. I can barely have the
but he does have a day job. If I can interrupt. So he's doing all that while working 40 plus. He's a business on top. He's 2 businesses, and he's making somebody else look good. So yeah, I always give him props for that. He makes it look real easy, especially when we talk about his convention schedule and how much he travels and all the work he gets done. I need to learn from him in that regard, because my day job was kicking my butt.
Your your day job is to be an art instructor. Is that correct, or is that another side hustle?
Yo, on my
now
Jamaican.
Look.
The fact that he started off with yo lets you know this list there's facets, there's tangents.
It's funny because like all my Jamaican homies just like, yo, you got more jobs than we do. What is going on? What is up?
Don't let my mother hear you, please.
Yeah, you just scream what guan and just keep on moving. They can't do anything else.
Yes, it's same, man. I just because my thing is like you've been around a minute. You in like 42, just turned 42 this year in January, about to be 43 in January. Like with the last 20-30 years have been like just crazy ups and downs with the economy and just life. All kinds of wild stuff has happened. So you just always kind of have to figure out a way to hustle, and just keep the juices flowing, keep the machine going, and but not kill yourself at the same time. I think my very first like full-time big boy job was working at a fitness company. Hated it. And I was like, I gotta change this. And I was going to school at night, working during the day, trying to get my art degree, get my bachelor's of fine arts, so I could transition into something more something more positive, something that, really fed the creative juices, and got lucky enough to finish school and got my internship at Marvel. And that was just a big piece of the origin story, because it was like, yo, I got to see how they were making the comics and how they interacted, how they ran their business and all that stuff. And I applied a lot of those learnings to my own business. And again, like some of my mentors, shout out to John Jennings and Ryan Benjamin, my 2 mentors, who used to tell me like, you have to do more than just comics to be successful at this business. You got to have other hustles. You have to, because if you don't, you can be stagnant, and comics can kill you. Like not in all seriousness, it is, look up Comics Broke Me, that hashtag on, Twitter, like the streams, crazy what comics can do to people, the deadlines, the stress, the pressure. So my thing is that I don't want to create from a place of stress. I want to create from a place of calm and serenity, because that's when you can create jazz. You know what I'm saying? You can be Miles Davis with the pen, or with the typewriter, or with, whatever, tool you choose. So I got very fortunate to secure some design work in New York, and I've been doing some design work for a handful of companies for a number of years. I do it all remotely, right from the same spot that I'm talking to y'all in. I work every single day, and then I also do teaching work for the Joe Kubert School, the comic book university, premier comic book university.
That's what's up.
And you do these cons. That's a little bit of that.
Okay. But are you tired? No, I'm kidding. But are you tired?
Roll the credits, Johnny. Roll the credits. The show is over.
Take a nap, y'all.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Ade. I know. Please don't let him outflex you, boo.
It's not a competition. There's nothing but love here.
And that's where I'm coming
my
from.
brother. Okay.
That is where I'm coming from. You just the tidbit of what you told me that you have done is also impressive. TJ, I'm glad that y'all met at the. Where did you meet? I'm so sorry. I don't think I.
Baltimore Comic-Con. Yeah.
You did say that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Where were you, Ade, in your life when you met him? Like, what had you been through? What was your journey like up until that point?
Yeah. So I always wanted to be a writer. That was always going to be the thing. But I had parents who were very, 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 very adamant about me working for other people, which is weird because I started off my very first venture. I bought my own Nintendo and games. In second grade, I started a book series called Ade in Blank Land. So it was like me and Turtle Land, Birdland, Catland, whatever. And so I would draw and illustrate and write these little stories, and my mom would print them at work, and I would sell them in my front yard. And I sold enough to buy a Nintendo entertainment system and games. And so that was going to be my thing. But everyone in my family kept telling me, like, go to school, get a good job, go to school, get a good job. And so I've always been pushing and pulling against that. But during that time, I went to UNC Chapel Hill, like I said, and I was on a teaching scholarship that was basically a glorified loan, and I was burnt out. So I dropped the scholarship, took the immediate crushing debt that came with it, and started working as a writer. So I met up with a lot of folks like George Pratt, who lives in Chapel Hill, and pitched my ideas to them, started getting into some stuff with gaming groups. I started a short-lived web series called Loopholes about a werewolf named Timber, who basically takes on like these kind of Deadpool like style mercenary missions, and his handler. And I did that. I did a lot of that stuff, but it never really took off because I was always like kind of scared, always trying to do that.
I would have read that. I would have read
delicious.
It's still in the chamber. I'll get it revamped and revised. I'm a much better writer now than I ever was back then. Okay. But yeah, I was doing that, and I was also like doing a lot of ghostwriting. And one of my professors knew a guy who was starting up a studio in Myrtle Beach, a movie studio. He was going to turn it into like Hollywood South, although it's already Wilmington. And so I became the in-house head writer for Ocean 10 Studios, and that was a life change because I had just graduated, so I was like 21, pushing 22. I was making, I think, almost $100K a year. I had 14 production assistants, a company car, and then it all fell apart because the guy running everything had a coke addiction and a lot of hookers around. So I was like, I met all kinds. I met the millionaires in Myrtle Beach. I hung out with Vanna White, Julio Iglesias Jr., all kinds of famous people. I did work for NASCAR, all that. So I had a whole portfolio, had all this stuff going on, and it all went to pot. And so I moved to Baltimore and got like
no pun intended. Wait. No pun intended.
What? Which part?
I'm sorry for laughing.
Oh yeah, it all went to pot.
Did not. It's a pun.
No, it didn't go to pot. It went to crack. So I moved to Baltimore and got a day job, and I embraced being a square. But my first year up here, 2007, I went to Baltimore Comic-Con where I gave the Batman Michael Jackson speech, and I met the Heritage Comics HSQ guys. So that's Andre Campbell, that's Tyron Eads. And I really fell in with them and wrote their first issue of the book Webspin, which you can still buy on their website. There, my last name is Hill, not the last name Heru, which I legally did change my name to before I got married because, and this is no commentary on anyone else, when it was time to get married, I didn't want my wife and future children to have a name that came through receipt. So I changed my name legally from Hill to Heru. So I have a lot of work out there as Ade or AJ Hill, but this is Ade Heru speaking to you. And I'm very proud of making that transition and what it means for me and my family. And so I've just been kind of pushing. I teamed up with the inestimable Roosevelt Pitt Jr. of Purge fame. I worked with him on Purge, did some editing, did some script writing with him. Also teamed up with him for the Astounding Adventures animated series that we wanted to have take off. And so I've been doing a lot of work, but it wasn't until it took TJ coming along to be like, yo, bruh, either make it messy or get off the pot. And so that's what we did. And that's what we're talking about tonight.
I can see TJ doing that too. Just straight face he always has. Just look and go, make it messy, get off the pot.
Yeah.
Boom. Mic drop.
And then he just disappears.
So that's the space I'm in now. I'm in a space where I've built up a lot. It's kind of like, I don't know if I'm talking to you guys, you probably know, like you're playing a Final Fantasy game, like a JRPG, right? And so you just grinding on the world map, raising your levels over and over and over and over and over again. And you look at the game clock, you're like, bro, you've been playing for 58 hours and 32 minutes. And you ain't got the first summon yet. Like that's where I am right now creatively. Like I've built up my levels. I've learned, Faraga and all that good stuff. And I'm about to throw that Faraga at you in the project we're working on. But I'm at the point now where I've paid enough dues. I've finally embraced you don't get rich with a W-2. And I'm at the point where like I have all these ideas in my head, and the longer I wait, the more I'm going to be hustling at the end of it all to get it all out there. So I'm going to start embracing what little youth I got left, start teeing it up for the next generation.
Listen, look, youth, I feel like right now in this time and setting is not an advantage. There's so many technological advances that we've had between the 80s and now. This is 40 years later. You can put out a lot of shit quick based on the technological advances that we've had. Please do not think that you are too old to be doing shit.
No, I don't think I'm too old. I just know that for the sheer volume of stuff in my head, that if I sit there and if I would have to quit my job, quit my marriage, quit my kids, quit my family, and just hole up in the woods somewhere eating bear meat and just sitting down with the Chromebook to get everything out that I want to get out. I've been working in the learning and development space during the day job, and like I've gotten to director level where they pay me pretty well, but the stress is whatever. It's like it's driving me nuts. I want to get to a place with the Ade job where I can sit down and I can have these conversations, and having this conversation is the meeting I have, and not sitting in 11 Zoom calls with people all around the country who just want to talk about what their dogs did for the holidays.
That part.
I'm trying to see Mr. Tom Rogers. How are you doing this evening, beloved? I saw your comment, and there it is. That 1099 can be a beast, but the freedom is amazing. I here it is. Here it is.
Go full mercenary.
Oh baby, it's nice. It's nice to be your own boss, but it is a fucking headache. It is a headache and a half. And if you don't have that discipline, you must just go ahead and put that chain back on, baby. It ain't for everybody. It really ain't.
But it's always a headache. We're working this hard to pay rent or a mortgage to live on land that costs God $0 to make. So
talk fucking about. I'm sorry, pardon me. If you under the age of 18 and you do not pay taxes, turn your ears down. You ain't said nothing but a fucking word on that shit, my guy. That shit, woo, it be pissing me the fuck off.
No, it's speak once, preach twice. That's what that is.
Woo, shit.
That's what that is.
Navy. I'm sorry, I did not mean to.
She said Navy do you, and it just took it all over. I was just sitting here being the good little co-host, just waiting for my moment, just watching you just enjoy your life and everything.
I want people to learn about our guests. I'm not trying to be like a...
Trust me, these gentlemen are more than interesting. Their stories that they are telling about their lives and how they got here. TJ and I have chopped it up, so I definitely know about this brother. Ade, the more he speaks, the more I am fascinated, because it's like I could look at him and say, okay, roll initiative. And I know he would get excited because he knows exactly where I'm coming from. And anybody be like, roll initiative? What the? You ain't about that life. You got that muggle status, don't you? Yeah, you got that muggle status.
Not the muggles.
Oh.
I'm just saying, if you know, you rock a D20 no matter where you go. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have the.
You're gonna roll advantage on that initiative, bro. You gotta roll 2 D20s to see what your better result is.
Man, let's go 18 and 20. Let's go. Ain't no getting around that.
brother, I
So-
would love. Oh my god. Okay, mind dream. I would love to do a private D&D club with the two of y'all. Ooh, Stephanie Williams. Ooh, ooh, Luna.
I would love
Ooh.
Asia to be in that. Asia Simone. I love for her to be in that.
Ooh.
Shout out to Stephanie and Asia. I love
Yes.
those ladies are amazing.
They are sweethearts. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Steph. You know what, fellas? I'll bring that in at the end. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Stephanie a little bit later.
I was supposed to be talking, wasn't I?
I
was supposed to be talking, wasn't I?
Yes. I didn't take it away from you.
That's what she wants you to believe. I'm just kidding.
Sir, please.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, bruh! Still there's some questions before you have me out here looking crazy.
Me?
Yes, talk about it.
Actually, the question I have is for Ade. With everything that you have done, is there somebody in the industry, besides in the Black comic independent industry, that you would love to work with on a project?
Dan Mora.
Oh,
So I picked Dan Mora, only because this man. So I'm the type of writer who I have my own nirvana of like heroes in my head for like the mainstream stuff. Like I have my ideal Batman, I have my ideal Nightwing, Peter Parker, etc. And so I know how they act in my head. Dan Mora draws them the way they look in my head. And I would love to put my characters in his hands for a little bit and be like, yo, bring Shadowboxer to life. Bring, any one of these characters, bring Torchbearer to life. Bring any of these characters that I've dreamed up, because I know in my head they look amazing, but when they're on the page, like that's it. Like I don't buy a whole lot of the mainstream stuff now. The only thing I'm really collecting is World's Finest and Justice League Unlimited in trades, and it's just for his art. Like Mark Waid, I love that he has a soft reset going on with a lot of the canon in DC, but I buy it for Dan Mora's art, just like I bought the Power Ranger stuff for his art. I've met some of the Rangers in real life, and I've seen them on the page, and I think they look better on the page.
His work on Immortal Legend Batman right now is just flying off the shelves. His art style is just, it pops for the story. It pops. When you said Dan Mora, I said, I approve. I approve.
We need a sound effect button for that. That's I approve.
Hold on.
Don't encourage her. The soundboard would be ridiculous.
All I got is, I'm so sorry if I blow out eardrums. Please be careful. That's all I got.
I mean, you could just eventually get emotional damage downloaded, and then you could just play that all the
I gotta
time.
work on the soundboard. The real talk, I gotta work on a soundboard, but that's irrelevant. TJ.
Yes.
Because you are a comic book, I'm going to say it because it sounds good to me, and it's also true. You are a comic book mogul, emperor, if you will. In my humble esteem, you've been in power for what, 10 plus years?
Yeah.
It's an empire. What is it that you look for when, especially now, since you're relinquishing a little bit of your control, which is scary? What do you look for in talent as far as writers go and as far as artwork goes?
Yeah, how do I put it? Like, as a creator, for me, when I make something, it's spiritual. It literally, it has to speak to me in here before I start bringing in all the logic and the thinking and all that good stuff. So, a lot of businessmen are very shrewd. They're very much just like, oh, the numbers and this and that, you know what I'm saying? And there's just a lot of like narcissistic energy centered around just business and how they treat other human beings. And I vowed that if I was going to be in business and it wasn't just me sitting at the table, I wouldn't treat people like that. I wouldn't do that. It's not even in my character, so I wouldn't do it anyways. But it's more like a personal pledge that when I do work with people, it's a feeling, it's a vibe that I'm trying to catch. Like when we link and we talk and we build, do I feel like a synergistic connection and creative, do I feel like the creative juices are flowing? Do I feel like, there's some type of, connection there, there's chemistry, and I think you hear people talk about, when they work with other people, even let's say music as an example, people would talk about the chemistry they have with other musicians when they make something. You know, I mean, shoot, you know, like D'Angelo was one of my favorite artists of all time, but like he rolled with Raphael Sadiq and Q-Tip and like all of these incredible musicians and people, and they produced several records and produced other people's projects. And they're talking about creative synergy and brotherhood that sparked because it was like birds of a feather type energy. So I take that same type of approach when I'm working with people. Like, it's not about money, it's not about, you know, quotas or ego. It's literally about the creative, you know, and what we can bring, the energy behind it. And I've definitely run into folks throughout my time in comics that it's been more, how much can you pay me? You know what I'm saying? And that's like what gets them excited about a story. And I'm like, well, you know, I can pay you the same as Marvel and DC pays you, but at the same time, like, if your God is money, then we don't align, you know what I'm saying? Because my God isn't money. My God is, you know, pure creativity, you know what I'm saying? And how can we continue to reach and aspire to those levels? So, you know, it's just like, maybe some business people like, oh man, you know, you ain't really a good businessman if you know, putting people first versus money and capital and numbers, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's to me, what's given me the success the last 10 years is that I serve the people, I care about the people, and I am, you know, a nerd, a creative, and a consumer of the same content. You know what I mean? What did Biggie say? I'm not only the client, I'm the president.
Player president.
That part.
Yeah, so like it's literally, I'm just trying to, you know, meet with just bond with good people, man. Like the first person I worked with that wasn't myself was Sean Damian Hill on Okina's Dark History, which, you know, Navy showed us a little bit earlier. That book took us 4 years to make. You know, Sean had a kid, COVID happened, a million things in between, but it was such a fun thing because Sean Damian Hill is one of the best human beings I've ever met. Like, he's a really good dude. Shout out to Sean. He's a cat out of the DMV. But he worked at an art store for years and taught art classes. And then, you know, shortly after this book, he gets picked up by Marvel and DC. He's doing a ton of stuff for them. And he's still, to this day, with all the success he's had, just a good, solid dude who's not driven by ego and money, but by progress and by serving the community and building. And those are the types of people I like to work with. So, like, if you ain't on the vibe, if you're all about money, we can't build. But if you're about genuinely creating something, then, you know, you're speaking my language and we can rock. You're back, Kira. You're the best.
Oh no, wait. Okay, Navy.
Yes.
Do you? I don't want to take over. I want to ask Ade the same thing.
Go ahead.
I would love to ask you the same question, Ade. What do you look for in co-workers, partners, artists, writers?
Office snacks, beverages, things like that.
I can say, as someone, first of all, I'll say this: everything TJ just said is true. I've known him for pushing 10 years. He and I have been working together for roughly 5 or so, and every conversation we had was framed around that. It was never about the money. It was never about making it big. It was always about making something beautiful and enduring together. And so being able to work with him, you know, dipping my toes into this and then like fully, you know, stepping into it at his invitation and working with the folks, the Sean Damian Hills and the folks that we've had a chance to work with on our project, I've seen him do that. And I've had to unlearn a lot because when I say day job and odd day job, I'm 78.42883% day job, because that's what feeds me and my family and pays my mortgage and everything else. And that's where, even though I've stepped out, I've often just been in that world. And so I'm dealing with the Karens and the Kens of the office. I'm dealing with the people who want to throw you under the bus. And so even working with TJ, I've had to learn what it means to work with someone who's just a genuine person. And I can't thank TJ enough for being that kind of exemplar for this work, because I don't think this project would have gotten done if I had been working with anybody else. And he can tell you, I've told him about the Dusties I've worked with in the past and the projects they haven't taken off. It's been because ultimately they had an appreciation for the creativity, but they they never had the appreciation for the business. Like TJ Go is not about that for me. He's selling himself short. He's creative and talented enough that he has the ability to back burner it a bit.
Mm.
He can put the best, most fire content out, and his machine that he's built runs in such a way. And so honestly, going forward, I just want more TJs. Honestly, like if I can just be honest, like people who have the skills, people who have the work ethic, people who can pull me out of my own shit. Because I can be a Danny Downer, someone who can just be a cheerleader for getting the work done and keep me honest. Because if I don't, I will literally, full disclosure, just sit there stewing with my good ideas, and just another decade will pass. And so when you ask like what I'm looking forward to finding more of the, again, building with TJ, but then working more and more with the TJs of the world, the people who've paid their dues, the people who know what it's like to be new, the people who know what it's like to have that new shit people want, the people who know what it's like to grind. And I've worked in the past with people who've had a bit of it every now and then, like a piece here, a piece there. Going forward, I'm only working with the people that got it locked in.
I know it gets really hard for me at a certain point because I don't realize how long I've been doing this show. And I think I've maybe had one or two people on here I have not said this to for one reason or another, maybe probably time. But I love every single creator that comes on here because they do have that drive. They do have the energy, the purity, the good-naturedness that I don't get to see when I have to go to my 9 to 5. And this culture, this base is absolutely amazing. Between the two of y'all, I want to say that y'all are the leaders in this. Ade, I know I've met you for all of maybe 5 to 15 minutes, but based on how, and I say how you speak, I don't mean the.
I'm articulate.
You sound like a good Negro. No, I'm not trying to say that. You
speak so well for your age.
Every target that you aim for, you hit dead in the center. I don't get anything but top level, accuracy from you for what you want to do and want to achieve. I'm going to take a little bit of time from you, maybe just like 2 seconds. Tom Rogers, I have
been sitting here all quiet and listening, and you just keep doing what you do.
I love you.
See, this is why she brings me on, because I got to let her know, just do what you do. When it's time for me, I will intervene.
Okay, I make sure. Tom Rogers, sir, first of all, you did not have to do this, but thank you very much. I owe you a comic. He also said, I can't put it up here because it's too freaking big, but he says, it's amazing that he's saying this about the collective. I was just thinking about how this RFOB collective has an Avengers Assemble squad that can make some killer IP. Just saying. I do not disagree with you at all.
Nope.
Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna put it up and see what it looks like. It covers everybody's goddamn face at the bottom. So I apologize. As a matter of fact, I'm moving y'all up here so that y'all can be part of this statement.
There we go.
There we go. I'm gonna say
all you see is headband and posters. That's all we need to see.
Yeah. Up at the top.
Yeah.
It's amazing that he is saying this about the collective. I was just thinking about how this RFOB collective has an Avengers Assemble squad that can make some killer IP. I'm just saying. Tom, you know your shit. You know, you know ball, baby. You know ball. I
He's
appreciate it, buddy. Okay. Yes, W. Tom. Navy. Please, do you have any thing that you would like to ask of our esteemed guests?
I don't know. It's pretty much been covered, but I will say this as someone who has been a lifelong comic fan since he was 9. And I've said this before, this is just part of what I own. This is how passionate I am about comics. There is about 20 long white boxes back there I've had since I was 9. And what's important to me is being able to read the story, become intimate with the story, and then want to say thank you to the writer or the artist. I see this so much so in our Black creators, our creators of color, who are coming out here who aren't worried about the financial bottom line. They're focused on legacy, history, making a mark and a move so the next generation can pick this up, look and go, this was made by someone who looks like me. This was written by someone who looks like me. And as a father and a grandfather, that is important to me. And knowing that you gentlemen, you beautiful, brilliant, handsome cats out here are doing the damn thing, as a fan and as a supporter, I will stand behind that all day, every day.
Yo, by you guys having this show, you support us. And like I said, I was having this discussion with Ade and even my other colleagues, is that when you find a podcast where you can get on and have a good time and a great conversation, like, you know, they don't fall off of trees. They're not like you can just pick them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not low hanging fruit. It is exceptionalism when you guys get to build a show like this. And you know, again, Kira has been dope since we met. You just been chill and just been fun. And I mean, even before I knew you working with Navy was always my guy. I was like, yo, I want my beard to look like Navy's. You know? That length, that grandmaster energy, like that's the type of shit I want. So, but he was just a good dude, you know what I mean? We connected because he always had the most fire.
Really, Ade?
Roshi cosplay. Ask about his Master Roshi cosplay. That shit is perfect.
Every time.
Kame Sennin all day.
Well, you got to upgrade too if you ain't seen it.
It was on call this weekend, that's for sure.
But I wanted to quickly add something that for the audience, for people who are watching, what you guys have now is an interesting challenge in front of you, because there's a handful of people that are making stuff to pitch to Netflix and to TV. And then there's people who are making comics and content for the sole purposes of the love, you know what I mean? And there's two very, very specific, like there's nothing in between. Like people are making stuff to pitch and making it to kind of serve a quota and to do stuff. And then you have people like us who are making stuff to serve. So, you know, do your due diligence as fans. I know I do, because, you know, anytime I'm at a con and I get away from my booth, my whole goal is to spend the money I just made on other Black creators that are making books and making stuff. So when you're walking around, be a good steward of your finances and legislate your time and your energy to folks that are genuinely making stuff to make stuff, not to make it to pitch to a show. I mean, it's good to have a product that you can pitch, that you believe in. But if the sole purpose is, oh man, I'm about to make this book so I can have some IPs to, you know,
that part,
you know what I mean? Like that's business and not creativity. So just keep an eye out for that, please.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
And what's funny is if you look at it from a metaphorical statement, stance, I equate it to, I'm going to use Pokemon as an example, although I don't play. You have people who have loved the franchise since day one, the show, the cards, everything. So we fast forward to now. There are people who still love it for what it is. And now you have people who are jumping on board because it's a moneymaker. It's a way of being a hustler. It's a way of scamming people. So you look at it from the perspective of what you're trying to achieve. The people that I know, and I work at a game store, the people who come in are looking for specific cars to fill their collection. They're looking for cars to get ready for competitive play and to hang out with their friends. And you know the element that comes in, that would just want to buy products so they can flip it on whatnot. And y'all need to be punched in the face. But I digress.
Like the hype beast sneaker dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
oh my gosh, yo.
You know what I mean? I'm a sneakerhead. I love kicks. Like, you know, this is just, I'm from the Michael Jordan era, so like I had to always have a fresh pair of J's. You go back to pictures of me in the 80s, like I had them. And you know, at times now it's just like, okay, terrible materials, high prices. You know what I'm saying? But again, the resale market has created this bubble, you know what I mean? And it's like less about the love for some folks, but then there's the purists. Like we want the purists. We want to, you know, encourage people to be purists about something, you know?
Well, I mean, it's foil covers all over again. I mean, we lived through the 90s when you could get you can get a cover of X-Men and it'll be 17 variants. One of them is hollow foil.
One's got like a hollow picture on it.
Yeah, and then it's like the swimsuit edition and everything else. Like, It's like that's what it was. And I grew up in rural North Carolina, in Wyville, North Carolina, where we did not have a local comic book store. So I had to beg my parents to take me all across the state to find a store. And I would get there, and my parents wouldn't know, they weren't hip to it. And so they would buy me like 6 of the same book because they had different covers. And like, we thought it was, I was like, and so, and then you see the bubble burst and all that. And Marvel got so low, they had to sell their stuff off. And now, you know, we're finally getting Spider-Man. That's a whole other conversation, but it's the same thing.
We can get into it. Please don't you know.
No. I have a vibranium soapbox for that kind of thing. I can stand on it all day, and it absorbs the gravitational pull under my feet, so my legs don't get tired. I am not.
I love you.
I'm not. I can't. I don't. This is. I will not, because I cannot, because I should not. Just know that as a dude who when my little boy was born, I was like, I should get him some Pokemon cards, because I remember I was there when Red came out. My stepmom got me Red for my birthday. And I've been a fan ever since. Not anymore, really, but I was like, my little boy will probably like it one day, and I can get it and be a collector's item. A guy who had a first print Charizard from the first run, who gave it to his little brother. Oh, yeah, no, I gave it to my little brother. He gave it away at school. So I got it for my son, and I'm sitting there looking online, and then there's this whole thing with people on like YouTube telling you how you can wait. Like, you can go to Dollar General and like pick up a pack and put it on the scales. Yeah, and if it's a foil cover, it weighs a little bit more. Yeah. And I'm like, what in the holy? I thought I missed a boat with crypto. I didn't know I missed it with this.
Ooh, baby.
So yeah, it's all over again. People want that fast money.
It just takes away from no, you're good. But we go back and I apply that to independent Black comics now. Mm-hmm. Because there are some stories, characters, just properties as a whole that are fantastic. People are trying to find what they can sell to larger companies so that way they can make a bigger buck. But you're missing the point of Black independent comics coming out. There are stories that have yet to be told. There are characters yet to be developed and created. Mm-hmm. There are franchises that are yet to be created and made and pushed forth for the sake of storytelling, for the sake of legacy. Mm-hmm. And people don't get that because they'll turn around and say, well, I don't have anything to read. Well, I recommend this. Nah, I'm not in that sort of thing. But you pick up a Marvel and DC book in a heartbeat. Why? Because it got that DC or that Marvel imprint on it. Because in your mind, that's the best in the world. No, that's what you're used to. But you have something like Rye Comics. You've got Midnight Comics out here. You've got Concrete. You got all of these independent companies who are putting out worthwhile stories that are just as beautiful, just as vibrant, just as captivating. But people are lazy in spirit. And
they also think the ice is colder, though, right? Like, they look at it and they go, "You haven't made it." Like, I've worked with people in the past who, and TJ's done the same. We've offered them the Marvel and DC rate, and they turned back around and just been like, "Yo, it's cool." Like they have sworn fealty, bent the knee, get your project out the door. We'll do it. And then the moment someone needs a fill-in issue on Ambush Bug, they disappear.
Yeah, we
health insurance ain't that good. I promise you right now, the coverage it ain't that solid.
It's gonna get worse.
Here's the thing,
guys.
Get worse,
like, it gets better.
We need to have more conversations about the reality of making comics, and the unfortunate part of when you are an independent kind of comic creator or an independent publisher, that how people a lot of people don't take you seriously, and a lot of people don't, even if you've had 5 or 6 books out. It's more like, hey, they're suckling at the power teat that is Marvel and DC and other big 2 companies that can further their career. My thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with taking that work, but my biggest thing is you got to finish what you start. Real women, real people finish what they start. You start a race, you finish it. If it's 4 pages or 10 pages or 100 pages, if you commit to doing it, commit to finish. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then those opportunities will come back, especially if you're, prioritizing your word, your word above everything. And I think that's such a powerful thing that a lot of newer creators need to learn. I mean, again, this is something I was dropping to Cullen, you know what I'm saying? Who you guys had on that, you're going to run into people. If you find an artist that you can work with and they're dialed in and they are committed to finishing the stuff, like give those guys a higher page rate, give them bonuses, send them extra money for Christmas so they can take their kids out to eat, like do things to pour into those folks, because everybody moves a little differently, and we do respect when you got to take on bigger jobs, but the commitment's a big thing, and a lot of folks don't talk about that enough with indie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about brand, right? Like you're either helping to build their brand, or you're building your own brand as a creative. And a lot of people, they want to be able to say 40 years from now when they're sitting at a con at a table, I'm the one who put the S on Steele's cape. Like that was me, as opposed to saying I'm the one who was out here grinding and hustling, and that small indie over there that's no longer a small indie, I put in that work. Like I agree 100%. Like I'm not knocking the Marvel or DC work either. If Marvel or DC called me today and said, hey, we really want you to write the obligatory black superhero because we're not going to give you Batman, Superman, or anybody that isn't Jon Stewart or Steel or Mr. Terrific or, Black Panther, I would do it just because I love those characters and I want to play in that sandbox. But if I was in the middle of doing something else, I'm not dropping something else.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take a look at that and like that, because ultimately that's gonna come back to bite me worse than that. I mean, I've seen people drop indie work to go do work with the big two, and then they got that work and that was it, and they get to say I was an also ran, as opposed to saying I was a pioneer, and putting that energy into building their own brand, their own presence in the indie community. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much money is in the indie space. They think, oh, Marvel and DC, they have all the money, they have all the corporate whatever, they have all that going on. There's a lot of money out here for the people that aren't Marvel or DC, that aren't Acclaim or Image or Dark Horse. We're out here spending money because we're hungry, and we'll pay you. I pay people what they ask for. Like as someone who has two mouths to feed, a 2-year-old who's as big as a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old who might as well be going to college next week. Like I know, and the fact that the price of eggs did not go down in December, like,
and neither did his appetite.
nothing went down. I understand that you gotta pay people what they're worth, not what you owe. You pay people what they're worth, and we've actually gone back to people and told them, like, "Hell, are you sure that's all you need?
Who are you? Who are you? Wait."
Well, that's TJ setting that example. That's how TJ operates. Like for me, again, I'm corporate dude. I got at my day job that I'm trying to get away from now, I got a multi-million-dollar budget where I got to handle all kinds of stuff. I got to handle the training needs for all these people, and I'm supposed to be like shaving fat off from that. But when you love the work, when you're invested in the work and the people, when you want to have fond memories of that project, you look at the people as more than just a resource. I used to be a project manager before I was in the learning and development space, and I would get into it all the time with my VPs and directors above me because I refused to refer to my coworkers as resources. And I told them one day in a meeting, I was like, as a descendant of slaves, I don't look at people as resources.
That part, come on.
Like I don't. Like people aren't resources. People are. I don't hire people for what they can do for me. I hire for what I can't do.
Say it again for the motherfuckers in the back.
That part, man. Come on. Go ahead and close that Bible. This sermon is over. Close the Bible. Sermon is over. Okay.
If this is Reverend, that's the pastor. I don't know what's going on. Lord.
I want to
choir, sing us home. Just sing us home.
Sorry.
Oh.
I
want to shout out Jason Reeves real quick from 133 Art, and another prolific publisher who's been on the show, I believe. He had said something to me that really resonated, and it was kind of like, okay, well, you could draw, like, do you want to be Mark Bagley or do you want to be Robert Kirkman? And I was like, oh, that's an interesting question, because when I started thinking about it, right, like, okay, Mark Bagley, over 100 issues of Spider-Man he's drawn. He's a prolific illustrator. Okay, great. You know what I'm saying? But he's never going to own a slice of that, not even a piece, not even a point of that character, you know? And then you have Robert Kirkman, who, while he did do some writing and stuff for the big two, he created his own universe of characters and bet on himself. And now he owns, and it is I'm pretty sure he's close to being a billionaire now at this point in The Walking
yeah.
Dead.
Wears jean shorts and t-shirts at cons.
Easily.
Yeah,
That man
like
he still wears jean shorts and t-shirts at cons. Let's
yeah,
go.
He wants to be comfortable. Who says you got to wear a
Yeah.
suit and tie? Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
that. Fashion and finances is a whole different subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was at Baltimore Comic Con 2007 when Kirkman and Quesada got into it about indie versus corporate. I was in the crowd. I changed my life,
Oh.
but not enough for me to go out and be TJ. Now I'm trying to play catch up. But yeah, he sat there and he talked about it. And Quesada was just like, "Oh yeah, well no, it's great to work on Spider-Man and Wolverine, all this stuff." And Kirkman was like, "Dude, I used to work in a comic book shop, and I just want to get out there." And he talked about like going to the Image dudes and being such a fanboy. And now he's running all that, and that was like, I mean, his quirks aside, I look at it and I go, yeah, that is kind of where I'd like to be at the end of all of this. I'd like for people to be falling over themselves to buy my stuff at Hot Topic.
Not Hot Topic. Not Hot Topic. Oh my Lord.
Spencer's.
Okay, Spencer's. I see Spencer's. Yeah, I see Spencer's.
Right.
I don't want either one of them.
I will take the money they spend on my t-shirts.
Blerd.com. Go to blerd.com. Do something like that.
It's crazy how if you have a vision of doing something, you have to ask yourself the question, which direction you're willing to go. Are you willing to go independently, ply your craft, perfect what you can do, and create something, whatever it might be? Or do you want to go to the road that's been paved and it's been traveled, but it's not guaranteed, but you've seen other people make it, and if they can make it, then you can make it, and you should be fine going as part of the crowd. You have to look at what your passion is and what you want to do. Kira and I have had this conversation about being voiceover artists and being a voice actor. I'm doing it. I'm putting in the work to do it. But I also know that it's not easy. I know that there's a lot of work that I still need to do. But am I willing to put in that work to differentiate myself from the crowd, independent comics? Or do I fall into the status quo and do what everyone else is doing for opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
the
big two. Therein lies the question.
I think it in my mind, if you're thinking logically, if you're in the indie space, you're already doing something that other people aren't seeing. They're not exposed to. They have to go hunting for. So the fact that you're already being creative in that manner should, in my mind, lead you to continue down that path in everything. There are certain standards that you need to do when it comes to making sure that you are making the amount of money in order to keep it going, but you don't have to be ruthless. You don't have to be cold. You don't have to be strictly about the numbers. If you can cultivate the people around you, I'm going to use, I guess, a farm analogy here. If you cultivate the land that you're going to build your farm on, all of that shit is going to grow. Now, the only thing that you can't control is what people will want at that particular time. But if you know that your whole neighborhood is buying out your backyard of green peppers or collards or whatever, you know you got something. There is something within the Black community. I'm really mad at these goddamn engines right now.
They haven't shut up yet. As she gets to her crescendo, so does the sirens.
It's even louder. There is something within the Black community. Once you have a hit, gone forever and ever. It's there is a vein within all of us. There is a thread within the Black community that if you can find it, it's going to explode. It's going to get outside of our culture too. And I think that is where it gets dangerous, because that is where you have people that come in and say, "Oh, we have a pretty shiny, sparkly thing. I think I want to come over and colonize." I mean,
it's how you get K-pop.
I want to help you grow what it is that you've made over here. What we could do so much more with it over on this side if you just let us have it. Just let us have it. It gets dangerous. Say all that to say, hold on to your shit. Cultivate your own stuff. You can make it without them folks infiltrating the ranks, without them influencing your decisions with just money, because that shit's going to go away at some point. You need something that, you need an engine that's going to continue to work and spin in perpetuity throughout the universe.
You're my spirit animal. The first conversation I ever had with Mr. TJ Sterling, he called me over to his table. He was there with his brother Spencer. Do you remember what I said, TJ?
I do not at the moment.
When we were talking about what you had at the table, and I was like, dude, this is really good. I don't want to see a Marvel logo on this book.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
I was at Knott's Berry Farm last night, walking around very, very late, and I'm still recovering from all of that.
Oh,
but thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No, you are good. You are good.
I'm also envious.
Don't be. A lot of walking.
Woo, brother.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, let me get into this Kickstarter. Okay. I don't even know where to start because okay. First of all, everybody,
I can say a little something. Easy.
Sure, go off.
Guys, so everybody watching, I'm beyond excited, ecstatic to show you our latest project. It hasn't dropped yet, but it will on Black Friday. November 28th, you guys are going to be able to get the first ever historical retelling of Mansa Musa, this book right over here.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
It's a test copy that, Kira's showing you another image. It is a historical retelling of the Mansa Musa legend. Now, if you guys don't know who Mansa Musa is, shame on you. No, I'm kidding.
Y'all are heathens.
They don't teach our heroes, our legends in American school systems. They do not. I didn't learn about that stuff until I was taking Black studies in college. So let's just, keep it a buck. Our heroes are hidden. And in this particular case, we are unveiling and demystifying a lot of the stuff that has been hidden. And Mansa Musa, his story is one of those stories. It's absolutely incredible. It's true. It's legendary. He was and still is the richest man to have ever lived. And we wanted to tell a story about him that was a sword and sorcery mix, to quote Ade on this one, that is a 120-page graphic novel that, as you can see, is completely finished. This book is donezo. And all we need is your help to get this thing printed. You know what I'm saying? We want to get it into your hands. We wanted to do something different. Many independent publishers don't even come to the table with a finished book. They come to the table with an idea and ask y'all for the money. We're doing something the complete opposite. We're coming to you with a finished product, and we want you to give you an opportunity to get it before everybody else. So on November 28th, we've got a Kickstarter for this incredible book, featuring some amazing characters that, was based on life, based on reality. And we want you to check it out.
Please,
oh yeah, no, this has been a labor of love. We sat down, we burned a lot of midnight oil, really just taking a look at the world. Like, we delved into the history, we looked at the facts, we looked at some of the things that could be fact, we looked at the rumors, we took a look at holistically, like, how do you tell this story? How do you take a look at a life so grand that they had to bury it? Like, this is a guy who, like, it's what it was. Like, there are people who are going to say, oh, he did this, he did that. I mean, the highlights are what the trip to Mecca, messing up foreign economies by dropping so much gold and stunting on people. All like, it's like all that stuff that happened. How do you frame that in a way that is easy to ingest, that is exciting? And so we didn't want to do one book. This 120-page book is the first of 5 books. We have 500 pages in the works. I'm not counting extras and goodies and all that good stuff. And we're going to be going through the life of our version of Musa. So we're looking at, as I like to call him, YN Musa. In the first book, he's young. He's got his sword. There's beautiful women. There's, all this interplay with magic and politics. There's the battles for the borders and all this in Mali. And then we're going to watch him evolve and become more of the man that we're told he is. And then watch, the kind of the denouement of his life as he's gone from there. And we'll play fast and loose with some of it. We'll add a lot of, again, sword and sorcery, but we really do want to celebrate this hero, or at least celebrate our version of this hero. It was explained to me a long time ago, especially with regards to the work that we do, that a man should look like his God. and he should look even more like his god if he created him himself, which is like the guiding philosophy for us being in this indie space and creating these black and brown heroes. And I was saying this before we started the broadcast. We never, as black people, as the indigenous peoples of the world, we never needed a Han Solo. We never needed an Indiana Jones. We never needed a Peter Parker, because we had Harriet Tubman. We had Malcolm X. We had Mansa Musa. We had these people who lived these extraordinary lives, who had these amazing character sheets. We don't have to fight for a black guy in Star Wars. It was nice to have one, but when Finn didn't hit, we didn't go, oh no, man, there's no second coming of Lando. We were fine, because I can look at my family tree and see heroes. I don't have to think about a future that doesn't have people that don't like me to feel secure in myself. And so when we took a look at this story, we thought, how can we pay homage to the great things that happened, to a controversial figure, and how do we add just a little bit of spice that'll keep the people coming? Because we're influenced by so many things that we could have sat down and just been like, well, let's just do a historical retelling. But we thought, well, we could spice it up a bit. There are things that we like that are awesome, that are sexy, crazy sexy and cool. There's there's steampunk, there's magic, there's all this good stuff that's happening. We can turn around and we can just tell a great story, an ongoing and ever evolving saga, that when people put down the book, they can just go hop online or hop on a plane and go see some of these places and be introduced to some of these cultures. And it's more than just another retelling of Beowulf or Arthurian legend or anything like that, or some other samurai. Like, oh, look, it's Yasuke. Like, I'm not snapping on Yasuke. I'm just saying that if Yasuke is your benchmark for a badass black dude with a sword, I would encourage you to, one, put Blade back in your DVD player, your Blu-ray player. And then also, I mean, he's not real, but he's cooler than Yasuke. And then after that, go look at where martial arts came from, the Manchu arts. Go look and find, when you talk about Ki, look at Ka and where that came from. Like, there's a whole universe, a whole hidden history that was kept from you, a whole evolution of your spirituality and who you were meant to be that's truncated, and instead you fall for the black guy with curly hair on Don being your new you. And that's not to swipe at anybody. I'm just saying there are alternatives and there are stories out there. Like, if you're looking for representation, you don't have to go any further than the mirror.
Y'all, you can be informed on the Kickstarter right now. It is up.
Oh, I got you. I promise I got you,
so
my guy. If y'all don't, again, I reiterate, please do not embarrass me in these streets. I'm talking to you. Don't embarrass me. November 28th. Most of us will have that Friday off. Most, not all. But I
won't.
I probably won't either. But if you hate your job as much as I hate mine, go in the bathroom for about a good 15 or 20 minutes and go pledge to this Kickstarter on November 28th. If you are home, go ahead, hit that alarm for when it goes live. Make sure you hit the save tab on Kickstarter tonight, so that once the turkey coma is over, instantly you get that alarm, that ding, that special little ding, to let you know that the Kickstarter for Musa is live. And this is book 1. This is chapter 1, and these men are giving you 100 pages out the gate, done, finished books. I believe you said that you already gave out 25
We've printed 25 for promotion and to let people know that we are serious about putting this in their hands. But right now the Kickstarter is, and I hate to say glorified, but it really is a pre-order, right? Like, right, DJ, like, we're giving people a chance to say, okay, you put your money where your mouth is. Now, I would also like to partake. I'd like to have it delivered to my house instead of hunting you down at a con all 2026, hoping to get a thick 120-page masterpiece that I then have to carry around from table to table when I really should just be sitting down and reading it. Just have it dropped off at my house. I'll look at it, I'll read it, I'll love it. And then when I see you at the con, I'll ask you where book 2 is. So we're really just trying to cut out the middleman.
I mean, honestly, but also bring it with you to Acon and have these gentlemen sign it, if that's not already part of the Kickstarter.
I definitely want this. I definitely want this.
I you know what? When I saw TJ at New York Comic-Con, and I saw the book. There was so much shit going on. I was like, I looked at it and I was like, fuck, I want to, I hear him doing spiel about it off to the side, and I'm like, okay, damn, I got to get him on the show. All this, I did not know it was a 120-page graphic novel. Did not know that it was this deep. I am going, shut up, Navy.
I didn't say anything. I just giggled.
Sorry, I am childish. I apologize.
It is a human condition for me to giggle at my leisure.
Anyway,
I don't need you admonishing.
Anyway, gentlemen, can you talk to me some more about the artwork that went into the? Like, I am blown away by this stuff. It is gorgeous.
Mesmerizing. Yeah.
Thank you. What people are going to get in opera, so just to keep, between y'all, since we talk and we friends, like, the original idea behind this graphic novel was to kind of give it an anthology-esque type treatment. So that was to bring in as many talented folks as we could, to kind of give you guys a different flavor. Everybody's, because to me, to us, Musa is a larger than life character. So we need to just bring in more people. We need to give everybody opportunity to draw this, one of our heroes. So we kind of kept that same type of vibe with this particular book. The idea was make it more anthology-esque, but on this, when we completed it, we had kind of a slew of really great artists that decided to contribute. Chapter 1 is by Stanley Obende, which is what you're seeing here. Chapter 2 is by Wellington Nomo. Chapter 3, we've got, I believe it's Ray Anthony Height, and then also Mario Teresi. And then the final chapter 4, is by Sean Damian Hill. Some incredible artists working within the comic space right now. We were trying to make it all black artists. We tried our absolute best. We had one Italian dude came in, dark skinned Italian dude, so he gets a pass, gets to be a part of the group on this.
More descended. He's okay.
Morocco's not that far away. It's fine.
Yeah, it was cool.
He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, but you guys are going to get to see some really cool different art styles, but it doesn't miss a beat in terms of storytelling. It does move the narrative forward pretty seamlessly, and we're very excited about that, just to give you guys a different flavor, and this book, it's fun, it's exciting, and it is educational at the same time. I mean, I think you can educate and entertain simultaneously. It just kind of depends on what the goal is, or what the subject matter is, and you're going to get a lot of intrigue with this, and then hopefully you'll be thirsty for more as soon as you're done reading.
Absolutely. And it is a story of Mansa Musa, but he has a very strong supporting cast. We have the King Abubakari, who is, I like to refer to him, he's in a very, very active retirement. He's on the throne, but he's living his best life. And then there's his brother Suleiman, his older brother, who is kind of the fastidious, not necessarily a stick in the mud, but he's the one who understands and really embraces the way the gears need to turn for bureaucracy to work in an ever-expanding domain like Mali in the book. Musa, on the other hand, is the one who kind of goes out. He's the daring, swashbuckling type of guy, and they butt heads, not antagonistically, but they don't often see eye to eye on how to run things. And so Suleiman becomes his own, like almost a deuterotagonist in that way. He becomes a much bigger character than I think we even set out for him to be. And he gets to pull back a lot of the layers and a lot of the curtains in the setting. And then, of course, there's our antagonist, White Aminata, who is a woman with a huge grudge against the entirety of the royal family and Mali's expansion. And she doesn't see all the good things that the folks on the other side of the border are seeing. So from her point of view, as the border expands, she's just getting pushed further and further out. She's yet to be engulfed in it and drink the Kool-Aid, as it were. And so she's got a jihad going against the royal family. We can see that come to a head. And throughout all of that, we're trying to paint a very vivid picture of life in this ever evolving, ever changing landscape, like the Keita family, Mansa Musa's family, the descendants of Sundiata. They are royals, and they have their finger on the pulse, and they are also the inheritors. Not all, but some of them are the inheritors of this power, this golden rule, this ability that there's a resonance between them and the value we place metaphysically and physically in gold. And so you'll see Musa unleash his birthright and his power throughout the story, and also see that other members of the family may already have a finger on that pulse as well. So that's where the sword and sorcery comes in. I've heard people compare the concept a little to Dune or to like Star Wars. It's I won't say that you won't see parallels between the two, but this is wholly and uniquely our take on having, you know, these characters really embrace the value of the earth under their feet. These are characters who fight in battle for the Alkebulon, for the Africa under their feet, and they channel that power that way.
Would you say that they're very similar to the Mandalorians in that sense, potentially?
I would argue that if someone were to say this is the way, that they probably wouldn't go amiss.
Oh my gosh.
I told you it was whack. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying the Mandalorian is supposed to be whack.
Okay.
The
First
thing
of all,
you won't see in this book is giant robots or mech. Okay?
Thank God.
No,
As
we're
much
not
as
gonna
I
go
love
that
them,
route.
they didn't exist back then. So you're not going to see them.
Yeah, we took creative license in some areas, but we didn't make this a full blown, like, it's not an Akira Toriyama telling of Mansa Musa where you'd have, you know, all that kind of stuff thrown like that. You know how he does like the Hodge, like all of his influences often make it into their work. That's why Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball and all have all that stuff happening. We tried to remain true, but we did take some creative license.
and I think that's fine. I think there's nothing wrong with wanting to tell a story and embellishing it, especially when it is literally a work of fiction. Everybody gets influenced by everything. People that cavemen saw somebody else draw some shit and they decided, oh, I'm gonna do this, but embellish it a little bit. From the beginning of time. It's fine. So long as you're not like literally copying and pasting shit, which clearly this is not, because nobody tells this story. Navy, do you have anything that you want to ask about this? Good God, this work of work.
There really isn't anything to say. It speaks for itself. The beauty, the presentation, the color, the characters themselves. This is just a preview of what's about to come.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beyond excited. This is a conversation piece if you think about it, because creations, books like this need to be on the tables. People reading. What are you reading? Well, I'm reading. There we go. There's a conversation. So you've created more than just a book. You've created a conversation. So,
well, I hope the conversation begins prior to the Kickstarter, so that folks that are hype about it tell other people who are hype about it, and then we can just keep pushing. Because as great as it would be to set a record for Kickstarter sales, I think honestly, to your point, this is our love letter to the diaspora in a lot of ways. Not saying that it's a panacea that's going to fix a whole bunch of stuff or mend any broken bones or fix any wounds, but we don't talk about ourselves enough when we're with each other. Like when we're behind closed doors with family, we're often talking about the pressures from the outside. We don't really talk about what's going on with us. We don't talk about the glory days. We don't talk about recapturing our glory nearly often enough. And so it would be great if everyone that bought a copy of this book would then go around proselytizing to their family and friends about not only the book, but also like this, just let it be a gateway drug for getting into some of the things that they don't tell us, the things that you have to wait for AFAM 101 to get. You should be able to just have it right there.
Yeah. I love it.
You just saying all the right words, sir. All the right words. I love that. Okay. This is a very Sausage Fest comic. I say that.
Kibas on deck. Okay.
Kibas is on deck. I'm not mad at it. I am, as a woman, used to it. However, this young lady, I'm going to try to find her and bring her up. Pardon me while I go through all of the slides.
The pirate queen, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right on Manata.
Can you? Yes. Ooh. Now, okay. Now, see, look. Now, why she gotta be white though? I'm playing.
There is a interesting story behind that name, but her regular name is Aminata. But she is a product of a how do I put it? A sordid situation that has occurred within our diaspora over the last 1,000+ years. And because she's a mixed race, of African descent as well as European. white Amanat is used more as a derogatory name towards her.
Pejorative,
the space of the universe of the comic. But she is, again, trying to, I would say, even kind of heal her own personal wounds through anger, through retribution, through pain. I think a lot of times, fire, when you talk about scorched earth, this concept of burning everything, destroying everything to rebuild, and she's doing that in her own way. So while she is like the antagonist of this particular story, she's also, I would kind of say almost like a dark hero, in my opinion, without ruining anything. I don't want to ruin too much, give you too much stuff, but she's a surprising character that is just as powerful as all of the men in the story, if not more.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we were actually afraid that she would overshadow and eclipse Musa in the story because of how much swagger she has. Not to say she hasn't earned it, but it's his book. It's not White Aminata, Lion of Mali, or whatever. But we wanted to be intentional with the character. We wanted her to be the flip side of Musa's coin. They're around the same age. If you look at Musa, he's handsome. He's got swagger. He's got all these he's lived a very, very, I won't say soft life, but he's never lacked for anything. But you can take a look at this character and see she's been through it. Like she wears her scars on the outside, and she fights. He fights because his uncle thinks it'd be cool if things worked out this way. So he picks up his sword and goes. She fights from her point of view because there are wrongs that need to be righted. And every character is a hero of their own story. And that was a major driving element of this particular character.
Facts.
In that even if we look at her and go, oh, she's doing this or she's doing that, from her point of view, it's a necessary evil. If we can give the Joker a pass in his own movies, we can give her a pass for being shit upon by by a culture that she didn't even ask to be born into, fathered by a dude that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
What you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of the mic dropping.
Yep.
Nothing else can be said. That's pure facts.
Are you muted, Kira?
I think Kira might be muted.
Are you muted, baby?
Because New York is a hoe. New York is a hoe and a half. I was going to ask a spicy question. It is no longer spicy. You have given me a beer. It does not burn as much. I was going to ask you, were you concerned about the angry black woman trope that could follow this particular character? Like, did you have any concern about that? Were you hesitant about telling her story and having her come across that way? Do you feel like you might not be able to? That's my question.
I'll say this about the angry black woman trope. I don't think it's a trope when it's a justified anger. I think every black person, regardless of their gender, should be angry. I think if you're black and you don't wake up angry, you didn't wake up that morning. What she's dealing with is a justified anger. We don't bury that lead. It's not like she just shows up snapping her fingers and Musa, you my baby daddy, and blah blah blah. And she's all those. The beauty of what we're doing with her is that we're showing what she's gone through and the lengths she's willing to go to. The angry black woman trope was created, and I know I'm preaching to the Pope here, was created with the idea of paralyzing black women, right? Like the angry black woman trope was to get you to be ashamed of your righteous anger, to act like it's no longer demure and it's not feminine, to have a human reaction to inhuman situations and scenarios. And so the version of the angry black woman we know every day is a woman who has been forced to be angry because the dude that she would be able to look to in too many situations isn't there for her for whatever reason, or he's been co-opted, or she's been co-opted, and her quote-unquote anger has been turned against him, and we have all this infighting. Our story doesn't take place in modern America. Our story takes place in 14th century, 13th, 14th century Africa that isn't even called Africa yet. Colonization as we know it hasn't even fully taken root yet. And so she's not mad because Musa picked a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman as his ideal beauty. She's mad because she looks at that family and what they do, and she only sees selfish motive. And so they're going to have to come to a head and they're going to have to come to an understanding or come to blows without giving the story away.
Mm.
And she's going to be that. I was never worried about her being angry because I understood why she was angry. Just like I'm not mad at my mom for being angry at my dad. I'm not mad at my cousins for being mad at the guys that have done them wrong. Like, it's part of the human condition. Just like I'm not mad at the dudes in my life who've had bad experiences. That angry Black woman doesn't exist yet. This is a woman who is angry for all the right reasons in her mind, and she's willing to take it just as far as the men to get it done. And I think without being impotent in that way, it comes across a lot better than it would if we were trying to have her be one of those stereotypical, like modern versions of the gun-toting femme fatale who's just mad because, like, oh, I was taken to the red room and I was a ballerina and a gymnast, and now I just get 2 pew-pews while standing next to the Hulk. I'd be mad too.
Not the pew.
I like you. I like you.
Not the pew-pews. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah,
I would love to add to that, but I think Dave pretty much covered it all. Other than the fact that when we created her character, it was, how do I put it? When I think about the regal nature of Black women, they're the ones that will check us and help us understand where we're missing. They're the piece of because again, when we're talking about a unit, they're the biggest piece of the puzzle that helps us again move the needle on anything that we're doing. So Musa could just be, again, globe-trotting, tussling, having a good time, but without a character like White Aminata to check him, he might not even see the other side of the coin. Like, so like the importance of her character is, again, we're going to continue to see just how powerful it is and the role that it continues to play throughout the stories to come, not only this one. So yeah, she absolutely has every right to be angered. But I mean, throughout most of the book, you're going to see her pretty calm and cool and collected, regardless of what she's doing. And there's like maybe a page or two where we see her angry, but it's more of her explaining that backstory. So I think people are going to be surprised, they're going to be blown away, and they're going to be empowered when they read this story.
Yeah, I mean, I would liken her character, just put a bow on it, to Darth Vader, right? Like, we know Darth Vader is Anakin fueled by rage, right? Like, he's so fueled by rage that even though he could use the Force to heal a lot of his injuries, he's just too angry to do it. But you don't see him running around throwing furniture and cussing at people and acting crazy. Most of the time, he's just still water. Like, he's just, he walks into the room and he goes, "What is thy bidding, my manager?" Which is why I say at work. And then,
here we go.
That's just what it is. And then when he gets mad, like in the Obi-Wan series, and he tears the ship out of the mid, like, oh, that's right, dark side. Before that, he's like, oh, he's just a really, really powerful middle manager. And she's got plans on plans, and we joined her story in media res. So she's been doing stuff before the first book. And so we actually see her be a credible threat, which I think is actually more of a compliment than anything else. Like, it's one thing to be an angry anything and just be impotent. Again, like, oh, she's just mad, she's mad, and just snapping her fingers, like whatever. No, she can do damage and does damage. And I think that is the highest honor you can pay to a villain or an antagonist, is to give them agency. Not just to say, oh, look, they don't like what you're doing. She doesn't like what you're doing, and you're going to pay for it.
Thank you very fucking much. I'm accustomed to good god damn, I need a reason. Like, I need my villains to be please be smart. Please be smart. But also have depth and Jesus Christ. And maybe be the motivation for your hero story, the catalyst for your hero story. I don't know what to do. I am in a point where I need this book in my hands right now, and I'm not just saying that. I want to read this. Pardon me, I'm not calling your book a hoe. I want to read this hoe. Like,
it is a fine garden tool.
Oh my god.
It has a beautiful spade. It is.
It is.
Till the earth.
Is there anything else that you guys would want the audience to know about this book? I know that I've been hung up on Aminata. I don't mean to take anything away from Musa, because Musa's story is also very, very rich. If you guys want to expand, I feel like y'all did. But if there's anything else that you want to touch upon or focus on with the story, give people a little tidbit of something? I don't know.
I
That
encourage. I'll say that I encourage the folks that do pick up the book, and of course, those folks are legion, to really pay attention to the craft and the energy that went into painting the scenario and the settings. TJ and I, we engaged a lot of really talented artists, and we just gave them the script and we let them do what they do, and every page came back a masterpiece. We don't micromanage. We didn't have the time to micromanage. Once the book was done, we had other things to do. We had life. I had 2 kids while we were making this book. TJ switched entire coast. He went from right coast to left coast. Like, we had all this life happen, and we were blessed by the ancestors and whoever else is paying attention up there to just have people who dialed in, who it resonated with. Who we said, hey, it's a Mali marketplace near the castle. And they would just turn over a page straight out of like the concept art from Black Panther or something. Like, it was just beautiful. And we're like, okay, well, we'll just get it inked and colored. Let's go. And the book really, I won't say it wrote itself. I won't say it drew itself, but everything always seemed to align. And so my hope is when people are holding it and they're reading it, that you read it multiple times, that you pour over all the details, that you see how much love went into it, and know that we put our money where our mouth was. We paid for every page in advance. We paid for every step of it. We wrote, we got pencilers, inkers, letters. My wife would say worders. My wife likes to call letters worders, just tick me off. But like we
worders.
we did all of that because we knew that when we came to the public and said, "Hey, look at this thing we made. Look at this baby we made." We wanted to have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and we wanted to be able to stand 10 toes down on the quality that went into it.
That is that's what I call all these books. You made a comic baby. That's every single person that's on here. You have a baby, you want to see it grow, be nurtured and treated right when it gets out into the world, and you can't do that if you're smoking crack. You can't do it. It's not gonna come out the right way. You gotta put your whole heart into it and commit to it before, during, and after it's born. Y'all, please go to the Kickstarter. Let me make sure that I actually have the link up. Where are you, beloved? I know I have you somewhere on here. Please don't fail me now.
If y'all don't have the link, you can literally just search Musa lionofmali.com, and that's going to forward you right to the Kickstarter page. Yeah, this is one of those books that I'm extremely proud of. Not only for the collaborative effort with my brother Ade here, but also the fact that we treated this story like a big budget movie. We treated it like, Halo or World of Warcraft in terms of the world building that we did behind the scenes. And you guys, at the back of the book, when you get it, you're going to get a chance to see quite a bit of what that world building looks like, from the set design to the character designs to different citizens within Mali and different, pieces of the story that have been built to kind of give you a very, very lush and authentic look at what this world looked like. I think when we talk about something like Black Panther, as cool as it is, it's very much inspired and kind of evolved into a different space that isn't very realistic. But we want to do something with Mali that was realistic, that actually existed, that could exist now if we closed our eyes and thought about El Kebulon in the 14th century. So it's really the building on this book is something I've never done before with my other books. Now, I have put in lots of work with my other books, yes, but all the other titles in terms of what we made, Joystick Angels, Okemos Dark History, Shattered Visions, Musa has the most connective tissue and framework behind it, and it is the newest release. So I'm beyond excited, and not only to give the book to your hands, but to hear what y'all think. So take a moment, follow the Kickstarter page. You're going to get a notification as soon as it drops. We've got the standard cover, which you saw, but we're going to have a wraparound variant that you're going to be able to get, and some other really cool things. You're going to get access to the entire Ray Media collection, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. We got some dope exclusive one-of-one t-shirts that y'all are going to get on the site. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're just very, very, very
okay. With that said, For those of y'all that have been here, for those of y'all that remember Cullen Carson, when he came on here with New Game Plus, this man hooked y'all up with a discount code. I feel like some of y'all took advantage of that code, and some of y'all did not. Please understand that when this Kickstarter goes up, that's the sale. That is the sale. That is not the, we just marking this up in order to make a no. That is already the discount, because once this book gets picked up for what in any iteration, I can't imagine this not becoming some kind of animated series, because the artwork on this is incredible. Already, like I want to see this in as an animated feature. It reminds me of oh my gosh, Ianu.
Yeah.
Shout out to the folks that work on Ianu. Unique Studios.
Yep, right. Unique
Studios with Lions Forge.
Lions Forge, yes.
Yeah. Royal Coupe.
Yes. I need y'all. If y'all don't want to give me any of your money as a donation, I implore you, please go to the Kickstarter and give it to them. If you don't want the book, there is the very first button on that page that says you just want to give for the sake of giving. That is always an option. I have done that myself for more than a few books. Because I need other people to see it. Like I might get a free copy from somebody or whatever, blah, 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 but I will pay that forward. I need to see these types of books out in the world. And the fact that you can pay these gentlemen directly is a bonus. Okay.
Totally down. Totally,
absolutely. Lord, I need y'all to come back. I know you're busy. I'm so sorry that you're busy.
To come back and rap with y'all to give people some real time energy, answer some questions, talk a little bit more about the world, all that good stuff. And guys, everybody who's watching now or later, this is a book you're not going to have to wait long for. That's the great part about it. I mean, our goal is to get it to you within 30 to 60 days. We finish the Kickstarter, print the books, they come to our house, and then we start shipping. And that's pretty much going to be the vibe between, all of November through December. When we're done with this campaign, we're going to get it to you as quickly as possible so you can get it for your holiday gifts or whoever you want to. So I know I'm a fan. I don't like waiting for books. And I've waited for plenty. I mean, you can see on my page, I think I've already backed almost 200 Kickstarter campaigns over the last few years. But I don't like to wait either. I want you to get it.
Very passionate.
Shit, I thought I was doing something special, but fuck me. I'm joking. Nah, bro, that is massively impressive. God, Angel, man, is Angel. Like, please support him the way he supports it. This is literally a person that supports us. Please support him. Support both of them. It's not a game out here. Ooh, special little date in my brain. So we're all supposed to be doing a boycott of white people stuff. So you can take the money that you should
25-20 stuff, right.
But yes, 25-27.
Yes.
Yes.
The reams of paper do not need
use that. You can take a good piece of that money and give it to these folks. You can actually go out, or actually, if you want to look at the playlist that I have over on YouTube, you can go and support those creatives and get books as Christmas gifts. You can get a gift, or tell somebody else to get you one of their books as a Christmas gift. Put it on the list. Let's get creative with this type of stuff. Lord, I wanted to do the hot take, but I don't think we need to do it. I was going to ask y'all about conventions, but it just seems like it's not important right now.
Oh, that'll be another hour. It
would be another hour. Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. I'm going to wrap it up. Please, everybody, go out there, go to the Kickstarter. I put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it back up here really quickly. Kickstarter, look for Musa, Lion of Mali. this book is going to be should be a staple in your household. I think, I have never said this, I think this is going to be a classic. I personally think this is going to end up being a classic.
Your lips to the ancestors' ears, man.
Listen, look, I hope so. Woo. Okay, Sterling, TJ, Ade. Thank y'all so much for coming on the show tonight.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all for nursing hangovers and maybe being, up a little bit past your bedtimes, whether that be for your kids or yourself. I hope to see y'all again. Thank you for coming on Roomful of Blerds. I'm going to put y'all back behind the scenes. If you want to stay and chit chat after we get off the show, that's fine. If not, go to bed. I'll see y'all later.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having us. Thank you, folks in the audience. Don't forget to support, but also don't forget to support in general. We don't give nearly enough of our positive energy to each other, and we're out here doing positive things. And if you don't buy Amazing Spider-Man next month, Marvel's gonna be all right.
Facts.
But there are folks that are still waiting for their big break, for not just financially, but just to feel as though they're appreciated and that their passion, their blood, sweat, and tears is paying off. I hope to be like those people when I grow up, and so I do everything I can to push the idea that those folks need to be celebrated and championed, just like the folks who host this podcast, who are creating a safe space for us to come and talk about what it means to be marginalized in the mainstream. So thank you. Thanks for having us.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, y'all. Appreciate the time. And even if you're not able to back the Kickstarter, even if you can share it, tell as many people about it as possible, that really does help a lot. Again, and just, support our friends over at Roomful of Blerds, Navy and Kira. Send them some bread for the show, share the show, subscribe to their channel, do all that good stuff. Just tell everybody about it, because it's a really quality podcast and it's a great conversation with great people. So thanks for the time. Thanks for listening. And we hope to see y'all next month when we drop this Kickstarter.
Y'all coming back on this. If I have to drag y'all out of whatever hole y'all are in, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find you.
She's stronger than she looks. Trust me, she'll do it.
Looking forward to it.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'll see y'all later. Woo! I love them so much.
They're incredible creators, incredible minds. Just the passion is genuine. There's no fake, there's no fraud there, and that's what we need in this environment now. Yes, and big, I want to say they have big personalities, but unassuming. I think that's the better way to put it. If y'all see them at a convention, please go say hi. Chat them up. They will. The sweetest people. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Ade yet, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen someday. All right, we're closing out the show, ladies and gentlemen. Again, please make sure that you go and pick up go and set the reminder for this Kickstarter. It is over on Kickstarter.com. Look up Musa, Lion of Mali. Hit the reminder bell on that. Cool Lord, podcasts that y'all need to be following. Let's get through them. Okay. For me and Navy, or more of me and Navy, along with our ragtag group of friends, please head over to Blerd's Eye View on Tuesdays and Thursdays on YouTube and Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Black Spartan with his 2 podcasts. The first is How the Frack We Got Here on Wednesdays at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. His fun podcast, the Get Bit podcast, or the GD podcast, is on Fridays at 10:30 at Eastern Standard Time. Then we have our in-house streamers. That sounds dirty. Geek by Heart. Geek by Heart. She streams on Thursdays at 6:30 and Sundays at 6 p.m. She also does movie reviews and is a horror girly along with her husband on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can catch Tafari TV doing his walk and talk stream. He's currently on a little bit of a break, but I think he's going to get back into it next week. I believe so. And then this gentleman can actually speak for himself. Mr. Navy Montel, hit him with the huh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages. Hey, everybody, it's your boy Montel. The Blurcorn combos are back. Today I had one with the team Chioptera from the Midnight Showcase. And the next week, I actually have another one at noon on Sunday the 9th at noon with Team Latchkey, as we talk about their project and what that entails and talk about the Midnight Showcase and all those talented creators. The combos are back, y'all. I'm here with this amazing lady over here every Sunday. I'm with the crew every Tuesday and Thursday, unless there's something going on Thursday, but primarily it's going to be mostly Tuesday. And I'm getting back into my streaming on Sunday evenings after this, depending on where my mindset is. I had a 3-day convention, so bear with me if I don't stream tonight. I apologize. It's time for me to get my head into the week, but support Black creatives of all genres. Support Black creatives, worthwhile, meaningful Black creatives of all genres. Not those money-hungry so-and-sos who are trying to sell themselves out to the big corporations. They got plenty of fodder. Let's put our own stuff out there. Let's support our own.
Please do. And don't think I don't know who you are, because you ain't getting on this show. I really hope that you guys will continue to support the podcast, because I want to bring more of these types of creatives on here. Not just because y'all need to read their books, but these are people that you should be getting hired by. If you are a creative, this is who you want to work for. That's the person that you need in order to support your craft and tell you that, you know, maybe that one line is a little bit off, but the rest of this is absolutely gorgeous. Keep going. Lord, I think I'm gonna get a little cryy. Please, everybody, I hope you will continue to enjoy your independent comics the way that I enjoy my coffee. Black, independently grown, and organically created. All right, y'all. Take your asses to bed. You got a whole extra hour of sleep tonight. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. We're going to have Lonzo from Concrete Comics on the show. Yeah. CEOs all the way, baby. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Love ya. Bye.